Hi, welcome to 13 Not Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing Three from Hell, 2019 film directed by Rob Zombie. Hour and 51 minutes long, estimated budget of $3 million. I was expecting a Rob Zombie film, but the other ones was around $7 million. I figured it'd be a little bit more than that. But I don't think Rob Zombie likes. I think he crowdfunded 31, which is weird as fuck to me. Why Rob Zombie would crowdfund a movie is beyond me. I can see indie directors doing it and stuff, but Rob Zombie, he don't need to crowdfund. He don't need to take money from the fans to make his projects when he's got plenty of producers out there that would help produce it, but he don't want to like give them any control, so he takes money from the fans. Good for him, I guess. I didn't give him shit though on 31. Three from Hell, $3 million budget. You know, the whole time they were building this film up, everything from the shittiest fucking trailer I've ever seen in my fucking life. The teaser trailer looked like a fan-made motherfucker. And then you didn't even get nothing out of the big surprise, the big trailer's coming, and we didn't get shit out of that either. I will say that this film, which stars Sheri Moon Zombie, Bill Moseley, Sid Haig, which is predicted he doesn't make much of a appearance in. He makes like one or two appearances in the film, and that's it. And the story pretty much takes place like 10 years after they got shot and miraculously survived with 20 bullet wounds apiece in them. Richard Brake kind of takes over for Sid Haig, his character Captain Spaulding. So you need a third one, Winslow Foxworth Coltrane, who Richard Brake plays. You know, I was expecting more out of him than what I got, but being he wasn't in the other ones, he kind of had to take. He was more like a third wheel in the film. But still, you know, he was all right. Bill Moseley, still I think is leader of everything, even though his character didn't seem as good in Devil's Rejects or in House of a Thousand Corpses. Like his leadership is going down each one or something, because and Sheri Moon Zombie's character, I almost feel like she wrote her own stuff because she was badass in it. I have to admit that her character was the best. She's more badass than any character she's played as Baby so far. So her character rose to the occasion when the other two kind of Otis just leveled off, sort of, and Richard Brake's character wasn't the greatest in the world, but you know, he's new and he's going to be the third wheel. One thing that I was worried about was the antagonist in this movie. Who was going to be the person that is going to be after him? Because in the trailer, you didn't really see no cops, no nothing. Now, I did have to say, before they broke out of jail, Sheri Moon Zombie's character in jail, she stayed in jail longer than anybody else. But her character, she's almost too badass for the movie. She's just like way too badass. It's like nobody could take her, and that was the way it was for the whole film. It seemed like they were never in trouble. Everybody, they were just too badass for everybody, which is kind of weird, because like in Devil's Rejects, you had John Quincy Waddell, who basically beat the fuck out of all of them. He was a badass. You didn't have that in this film. You didn't have nobody that really challenged them that much. Black Satan, I guess, played by is it what's his name? I'm trying to figure it out here, and I can't find him. Anyway, I guess his name's Black Satan in it or whatever. I know he was on Sons of Fucking Anarchy, which I love that. I didn't catch. There's a couple people I didn't catch, but I think it's Emilio Rivera, if I'm not mistaken. Is it him? I think it is Emilio Rivera. Yeah. His character is supposed to be the antagonist or whatever, the one that's after him, the one that's trying to kill him, and you really didn't get that. You didn't get a really feel for him like you did like John Quincy Waddell. You knew what was going on with that. I didn't get much of a background out of this guy. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, okay, he's after him, but you didn't get no character build up, no nothing. I mean, the only characters that built up was the three. You already knew everything about them. So I just didn't get nothing out of him. Now, Poncho, I like Poncho's character in the film. He's about the only person in the film you kind of feel bad for. Dee Wallace Stone was an amazing character in the film. I think as far as acting was, I think she was probably the best actress and actor in the film for the character she played. Other than that, you really just didn't get nothing. I mean, the violence, the kills was not all that. There was a lot of, the CGI didn't bother me that much. There was CGI, but I just didn't, it didn't bother me enough. There just wasn't enough of violent kills, I guess you would say. A lot of it was even off screen, so, having said, even the dialogue was like the worst. I remember, like, you watch House of 1,000 Corpses and you watch Devil's Rejects, and you was like, there's memorable dialogue in those films that you could like repeat, and you say every now and then. There was nothing in this film that just was memorable to me, as memorable like dialogue, memorable quotes. There was nothing. All I seen was I remember Baby's crazy ass in the film, and that's the most memorable thing is Sherry Moon Zombie's character, I guess. Her character development from part 1 to part 3, she's just gotten loonier. She was in the pen for or jail for like 10 years and gotten loony, seeing cats dancing and stuff, which was kind of weird. It reminded me of Halloween 2 with the white horse and stuff. There was a very cool scene where she killed like 2 inmates. That was probably my favorite part of the film. After that, and even saying all that though, I gotta say the film's worth watching. All the bad stuff I said about it is still worth watching. I still have. It's been such a bad year in horror. Okay, it's so bad this year that this film is actually got more watchability than most of the films I've watched this year. I ain't gonna say that it was better dialogue wise or anything else. This is just mindless fucking whatever. Like, I want to throw this in and have a drink and watch it. You can watch this film. I think it's just, I like watchability films. So, to me, this film appeals to me as far as something that I would throw in more than once. Like, there's more films that has better qualities to it, but like I said, it has better watchability. And even though, because I'm having to compare this to the House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects, and this is definitely the worst one out of the 3. I think Baby's character makes it worth watching more than anything else. I didn't really understand there was no like really point to the film almost besides them getting out of jail and getting to Mexico. That was basically it. Uh, I say give it a watch though. It's definitely worth watching. But like Richard Brake's character, like I said, is third wheel. Jeff Daniel Phillips, I thought was good for what he was in the film. His is a weird fucking scene though. When Baby breaks out and stuff, I thought that was kind of funny. It came off kind of funny to me. There's something about a note, and when you hear that part, you'll know what I'm talking about. Otis gives him a note, so you'll get that. But Baby's character definitely went loony in this one, and which it made it better for her. But it's basically the Sherry Moon's zombie show. The and the DVD and Blu-ray combo is a little fucking weird. The DVD is the R-rated, from what somebody told me, and the Blu-ray is the unrated. Instead of having both versions on the same disc, for some reason you got to watch the DVD to get the R-rated, and the Blu-ray to get the unrated. Because I couldn't find it. I was wondering. I was trying to punch play, and I was like, okay, don't give me an option for unrated, rated. What is going on here? So I had to ask somebody, and they said the DVD's R-rated, and the Blu-ray's unrated. I watched the unrated one. The clown was a little disappointing too, Mr. Baggy Britches. They built him up like it was going to be something. So I thought he was going to be some kind of antagonist, but he wasn't. And that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I was like, oh, cool, we got another clown. And it turned out to be nothing. I mean, take it for what it's worth. I mean, this is a weird review saying that I'm saying all this bad stuff about it, but I say it's probably still up there in one of my top films this year, which sucks because this year sucked, I guess. Take it for what it's worth. And you get this shirt with the Blu-ray at Walmart. I would suggest getting the one with the shirt because at least, if you don't like it, you can get the shirt at least. But that's all I got. Appreciate y'all hanging with me. Y'all come back and hang again sometime.